I'm excited to be taking part in this. My name's Stephen Kolb, and I am the CEO of the CFDA. And the CFDA is the Council of Fashion Designers of America. We're a 52-year-old organization that represents the American fashion industry. When you're a business and you're working in an industry like fashion, you sometimes are so focused on what you're doing or you're isolated on working on the next collection. And what we do is we bring these designers together. We've actually created a family of American designers so that there's opportunity for sharing experiences, working together, and really the collective power of fashion in general. So individual brands alone have impact, but when you take 450 brands and you add that up to a $350 billion a year business, that's quite powerful. We work with 20 schools here in the United States, and we're starting to work with international schools. And because those schools are all over the country, our ability to interact with those students is limited to New York in person. So we actually, with our education department, are constantly Skyping with students in Los Angeles, down at SCAD in Savannah, RISD in New Hampshire. And the technology has really enabled us to kind of have that one-on-one, but also to see firsthand the work of those students. To be a successful designer, you really need to understand the mechanics of making clothes. It's not just about sketching or having good style. It's really how do you make clothes and what is the business of fashion? Once you've got a good idea and once you've own that idea, how do you take that to production? How do you source fabric for that? And that's the part that I think many people don't really understand is really the important part of being a designer. I would say patience first. And then second, I would say point of view, being distinctive and owning what you do and defining yourself with some signature. Don't care so much what the person next to you is doing or behind you is doing or ahead of you is doing. Just focus on your own work and pay attention to that and own that. I do have a personal interest to see some of the designers who come from Fashion Fund or Incubator. The fact that Jonathan's doing great. Public school, I'm very proud of. Prabal, who was both in Incubator and in Fashion Fund, very proud of him. And you know, the guys at Rag and Bone, I remember them when I first started at CFDA, and they were a small brand, and now they're this huge American lifestyle brand. So, you know, I'm happy for everyone. But of course, those that you've seen, I remember Alexander Wang when he applied for Fashion Fund, and he was a kid and he walked into the CFDA office with his application and, you know, kind of shy and awkward. And now look at him. Not only he head of his namesake brand, but he's the creative director for Balenciaga. So that was a really proud moment for all of us at CFDA Fashion Fund. She's incredibly accessible. I talk to her quite frequently on the phone, email every day, and for someone who's running a very big business, she makes herself available. So we've been really lucky to have her as president of the CFDA. Well, we've got a lot of exciting things going on here at CFDA. Always every year in June, we have the CFDA Fashion Awards, which is the Oscars of fashion. So it's quite a glamorous event, and we're awarding the best menswear, women's wear, and accessory designers, and a style icon and new talent. And we're excited because this year, and it's the first Monday in June, this year for the first year, we're actually going to do a live stream of that awards at our website, cfda.com. So it'll be the first time an insider event is really wide open to our broader audience. So we're excited about that. The other thing we've been working on as we have supported young talent, young creative talent, we launched a program called the Fashion Manufacturing Initiative, which is a support program for New York City-based production facilities, factories. So we're about to announce some grants to improve the production equipment and facilities in New York City, with the end hope of it increasing production, which ultimately will mean more jobs and better quality products. So made in New York City product through the FMI. So FMI and CFDA.com, first Monday in June, live stream of the CFDA Fashion Awards.